Sometimes living in Africa is just so much fun. We took a 5.5 and a 3.5-year-old to East Africa, to Malawi, almost 4 decades ago. And I can still remember, as if it was yesterday, the first baptism we ever went to. Now, one of the things we learned early on is don't baptize in the dry season, because, you know, the way that we Baptists do it, we have to put them all the way under it. We're not allowed to throw the water at them or pour it over them. And you try to baptize, 50 plus people in the dry season, and the water is about this deep and it's muddy, and you have to, sort of almost baptize them twice, once on each side. And I remember, though, it was during the rainy season, and there was about 100 people who had given their lives to Christ in a rural area to be baptized. And that will wear out 4 or 5 liters. And I remember the river, the water was pretty well rushing and raging. And we got to the place of baptism, and I was listening in Chichewa as the head pastor of all these villages. He sent some deacons upstream, and he sent some deacons downstream. And I went to him and I said, what's this all about? He said, well, the water is running really fast, and we can't guarantee that someone won't wash away. So we're sending some of our deacons downstream. If somebody washes away during their baptism, then those deacons, those leaders, have the opportunity and the responsibility of catching them. I said, well, okay, I've got that one, but what about the ones going upstream? He said, well, there's a lot of crocodiles in this river, and those are the ones that are to keep the crocodiles from joining in the baptismal service. Now, I've got a lot of years of theological training, so I knew which set of deacons that I was going to join. And so I went downstream to catch those who were washing away, because there's nothing in my theological education that taught me how to keep the crocodiles out of the baptismal services. I just wish you could have the joy of watching what God and his people do when you go cross-culturally. It's often been said, to only learn one language is not even to understand the culture and that one language. But the joy you have of spending your life and being able to think about those days, and of learning and speaking Chichewa and Xhosa and Swahili and Somali language and pieces of other languages. And languages are the window to the soul of people everywhere in the world. But if you go to a baptismal service with those Baptists, I still would recommend, 40 years later, go downstream, not upstream. God bless you. And we really hope that we get to talk again soon.